Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work without you guys. So let's reopen for business here. And let's wake up the football guys. Wake up there, guys. Wake up. How's everybody doing this Sunday evening? One Sunday down, one Sunday closer to the NFL season. We sit literally 41 days, 23 hours, 20 minutes, and 30 seconds away from kickoff of the Dallas Cowboys versus the LA Rams. And man, it's crazy, man. It's been my contention that the New England Patriots are redshirting the season. I mean, seriously, it seems like every couple hours or so we hear about another New England Patriot player that's opted out. They are now up to 8. And see, to me, this smells of Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick literally is a mastermind. I think they're looking at this season saying, you know what, this is a chance, this is an opportunity. Forget about short-term goals. Let's look at the big picture. Let's see how we can go ahead and advance ourselves and use this situation like he does every situation to better the team. And this is one of those ones that he probably kind of said, you know, if you really want to opt out, I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm going to literally be okay with it. And so now, here it is. They've got 8 players. Now, Devin McCourtney calls NFL changing opt-out date BS. I haven't read that whole article, but the Patriots tight end, Matt LaCrosse, is opting out. So that's 8 players. 8 freaking players. You know, already losing Tom Brady, you might as well say that's 9 people that they've already lost. You know, it's going to be hard to see them compete. And you dare say that they have an opportunity to get one of the top 5 picks at this point if there's a season. Yeah. But here we have our Dallas Cowboys. I got to tell you, looking at the team video that I showed this morning, where you're looking at the players, you've seen the pictures of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott doesn't have an ounce of fat on him. Zeke looks like he's actually slimmed down. Joe Looney Tunes. I dare say he looks more like Zeke Elliott than he does Joe Looney right now. He is even slimmed down. And Mike McCarthy today got to have his first opportunity to be with the team. I keep hitting this damn thing. I'm sorry. To be with his team for the first time and to actually welcome them to training camp. Now, we've been lucky thus far that we haven't had people testing positive for COVID. We've had 3 players that have opted out, but we're talking about a fullback who really only played special teams. Very rarely did Alawalu actually play. One was a free agent we had signed cornerback, and the other one was basically a practice squad guy. So not a lot of repetitions that you were looking at right there. But so far, knock on wood, we've been good as far as testing for COVID. We'll see if that stays the case. But I almost feel like with Mike McCarthy, the change of coaching, that everybody is now on the tippy toes. Everybody is trying to impress the new coaches, as opposed to being kicked back to know what you expect. It's the unknown of how you're going to go about training camp, how you have to go about these coaches. Will they like me? Will, you know, I be able to keep my job? It's one of those things like, when somebody gets fired at your company, it makes everybody else reevaluate themselves and think, well, if they got rid of him, you know, they could get rid of me. What did that person do wrong to get kicked out of the organization, get on the blacklist? Let me make sure I do things better. And that may be where we are with Mike McCarthy. But let's go to the tape this time. Let's see if I can get it right this time.
It's great to finally be able to stand in front of you and get started on this unique, very unique opportunity. Obviously, anytime you got a chance be part of an NFL opportunity, it's special. And I think stating the obvious, the uniqueness of this COVID that we got in front of us, not only just here professionally, but personally. For the 13th, we'll have our traditional, big team meeting. It'll be more like the traditional training camp I'm sure you guys are accustomed to. Everything we do will be about winning, okay? Personally, even more so, the investment from the organization, staying in tune with the education and resources that are, this has been a moving target. If you guys were in here a week ago, this particular part of the facility didn't look this way. So we're still working to keep upgrading and making everything as safe as possible. All right, man. Have a great day. Thank you.
All right. So there you see. You know what this reminds me of? Remember the Titans. When Coach Boone comes in, we're going to change the way we eat. We're going to change the way we run. We're going to change the way we work out. We're going to change everything. We're going to get rid of that stank that used to be here before. I love it. I love the attitude right now of the players. There seems to be a sense of urgency. You see, look at Zeke with his Afro puffs. Look at Zeke. He looks like he's in great shape right now. Zeke looked like he's ready to run and run and run. I'm hoping that with this change that we don't see too much of this. I don't want to see a whole lot of this. I don't want to see you coming off the field. I want you to be out there because you want to perform. You want to be the guy that wins the game for us. You want to be the guy that leads us to the playoffs and to the big win. Everything is about winning that we do. I like that. I'm okay if they decide to put that on a shirt, as opposed to recommit. Because when you say recommit, that sounds like you didn't give a rat's ass before. You need to recommit. You need to get back to what you used to do. Recommit. That sounds like loser talk. Recommit. Because, see, I should already be 100% committed. I should be giving 110%. I shouldn't have to recommit because that means I kind of lost focus. You follow what I'm saying here? Everything we do is about winning. I love it. Now, as you saw on that chart he had right there, originally what we were looking at from the NFL, everybody basically started around the 28th with the exception of the Texans and Kansas City because they have the opening game, so they get a couple extra days. But they were looking at saying between the NFL and the NFLPA that basically they would have 2 weeks of time of strength and conditioning and meetings, virtual reality meetings. You saw the players. Everybody's there. Look, mask up. Everybody. And not holding in-person meetings, but doing virtual reality meetings, doing strength and conditioning rehab, and getting ready for, by the 13th, I think 12th or 13th. Originally, I think they were talking about the 13th, but I think I saw 12 on the schedule there. Actually start coming together, having traditional team meeting, and getting on the field. Those first 5 days will be, helmets and shorts and walkthroughs basically, and then after those 5 days they'll have padded practices. It's not going to be like any camp that we've had before, but at the moment when you think of a New England that has 8 players that opted out, when you think of a Detroit Lions that Matthew Stafford is in the protocol right now, and you end up having one of your wide receivers opt out. When you think about Jacksonville and their quarterback Minshew, along with 4 other players being added to the list, when you think about other teams that have had key players that have decided to opt out, you start looking and saying that right now, at the moment, the Cowboys have a little bit of an advantage on other teams. Having the star practice facility, having this star that is basically another field in itself with 2 separate locker rooms, gives you space to spread out and gives you an advantage that other teams don't have. So this is an opportunity if they can make it through the season. If this season goes through fruition, through the whole 16 games and playoffs, you got to look at the Cowboys at the moment in a preseason poll as one of the teams that you look at and say, yeah, they could be pretty good. All right, guys. I'm going to go up here and take me a shower. It's funny. I was talking yesterday about, started wearing the watch. Normally I would just have my cell phone in my pocket as I'm doing all my stuff all day long. But when I'm live streaming for an hour or two and walking around and everything else, I don't get my steps. And so somebody had sent me an email today and said, your watch is basically crap because what it measures is your arm movement. That if you go through and you just move your arm, then it's going to count steps. And basically saying that the steps I took, he's saying, are bullshit. Well, here's what I can tell you that we did this morning. When we got up and got out of bed, before we started our walk, we did 3.5 miles this morning for a walk. And then I've been packing up Jobu draft glasses, beer glasses and stuff to go out. I've been working out in my workshop. I've been out watering plants, taking care of the fish and stuff. And then me and the wife just went for another 2.5 mile walk. It may be that there might be a few hundred steps if, for me moving my arms and stuff. But I can guarantee you that those miles that I've been putting in, because we literally walk, we have one route that we know exactly. It's 2.5 miles exactly. We do that one every day regardless. But then we also put a secondary walk to make sure we get over 10,000. But it's all good, Even if it's just I'm moving my arm like this and getting a few steps in. That, my friends, is a little bit of exercise as well. All right, y'all. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. We don't have any bad news on the Dallas Cowboys. Peace out.